I'm still on vacation, so I got another. I go back on Monday. I might return early if I get too bored. So this gonna give me the time to rest and put out a lot of good content. So, with that being said, so due to the aftermath of the drumming that Errol Spence took at the hands of Terrence Crawford, I just want to tell y'all, especially the ones that follow me, I just say this much. I appreciate y'all supporting me, and I appreciate the support to the channel, but stop listening to some of these content creators, because at the end of the day, you got people lying, talking about all they ever wanted was this fight to happen and all this kind of stuff. But how did you want a fight to happen by sitting up there like degrading and demeaning, another black man? And then, these dudes, like I say, they pretend to be pro-black channels, but then, like I say, they was constantly ridiculing Terrence Crawford. My thing is, let me explain something to you guys. For people that's sitting up here making it look like they organizations made the fight happen, I just got to call BS on that, because at the end of the day, were you guys at the negotiation table? Did you guys write the checks? Are you guys writing the checks to the other fighters? Are you paying for anything? The only thing you paid for was basically the pay-per-view fight itself. So for people that's sitting up here trying to make it look like they played a role and they group played a role in making this fight happen, the only people that's responsible for making this fight happen is Terrence Crawford, the PBC, Al Heyman, and the fighters themselves, and the other promotional companies. No organization, no online group of people made that fight happen. Because at the end of the day, don't try to act like you just wanted the fight to happen. If you wanted the fight to happen, you should have just been saying, call the people out who in charge of, call the networks out, call the PBC out. No, they was calling Terrence Crawford out. These bum ass niggas was sitting up here, telling this man how much he was worth according to them. These dudes was sitting up here nut hugging Errol Spence, and now all of a sudden that Errol Spence then got the brakes beat off of him. They talk about, oh well, we just wanted to fight. Nah. You actually had people turning their noses, rolling their eyes at people, getting attitudes like little girls because they wanted you to be an Errol Spence apologist. So now all of a sudden that the fight didn't happen. Now they want to make it look like, oh, we just wanted to see the fight. Nah, you didn't want to see the fight. I just wanted to see the fight. No, y'all just wanted to see the fight, and y'all wanted to see Errol Spence win. But due to the fact that Errol Spence, got the brakes beat out of him, you know what I'm saying? You know, Now all of a sudden people want to act like they cool with Terrence Crawford. Like I said, Terrence Crawford said it himself. And it was just such double standards. Anytime Terrence Crawford says something, here these dudes, these cornballs come making videos. Nah, Damien, you was like me. Did I ever pick a winner? I said several times. Told y'all, I said I'm not picking a winner. I said I have an idea who's gonna win. I just wanted to see the fight. So now all of a sudden, now you do have some that's standing on a circle, you know, but then you got some like trying to act like, well, we just wanted the fight to happen and we happy. Nah, man, I heard it all. I was watching some of the things that was said. I saw a lot of the trolling. You know, I ain't never talked about it. Name one video where I talked about Errol Spence's family, where I brought up Errol Spence's wife. But you got videos where people were bringing up Terrence Crawford's wife, bringing up his kids, making allegations about Terrence Crawford that didn't have nothing to do with boxing. That's his own personal business. You know, nah, you wasn't trying to see this fight happen. You were having personal issues and having personal attacks. Goofy ass cornball niggas posting up pictures of Terrence Crawford taking pictures of just fans, but then trying to make accusations and stuff. Like I said, people need to worry about what's going on in their household instead of worrying about what's going on in somebody else's. Took this stuff way too personal. I'm just thinking of the stuff that went on leading up to this fight. But see, now that is over, and now that they see how one-sided it is, now all of a sudden they trying to act like they humble and we just supported Terrence Crawford. Nah, I can pull up the receipts. I can pull up the receipts, and that's real talk. Look, King Dan, I ain't even worried about that dude. I know who you talking about. I don't mess with that dude. I ain't got nothing to say to that dude or about that dude. I know who you talked about. I don't mess with that dude. I seen him in Vegas. I didn't say nothing to that dude. Don't have no reason to speak to that dude. Saw somebody else in Vegas too. Didn't say nothing to his ass neither. So wasn't even I wasn't even worried about him. So yeah. Well, of course these dudes having meltdowns. I mean, at the end of the day, these dudes is shocked. Look, let me tell you something. These dudes is shocked. These Well, I know King Dan. Every time Terrence Crawford says something, these dudes made a video. Oh, you won't believe what Terrence Terrence Crawford says. Terrence Crawford says that the fries at McDonald's are better than Burger King. Oh man, see, that's what I'm talking about. You dumbasses, like I said before, y'all was so worried about Terrence Crawford. You dumbasses helped make Terrence Crawford a household name. And I love the fact that Terrence Crawford, before the fight, he was listening to Tupac. Oh, he had it. Then he brought out Eminem. I knew Terrence Crawford had it. I knew he had it. I mean, he was in his zone. So like I said, these some of these dudes is on suicide watch now. Like a lot of these dudes was shaking. Like I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you right now, when they were seeing how bad Errol Spence was getting, some of these dudes wanted to shut down their channel. Like I said, you dummies was the ones that blew up. And I'm gonna speak on that top ranked Toby. I'm gonna speak on that top ranked Toby stuff. So I guess Jerry Jones somewhere crying too. You talking about Bob Aaron being a white supremacist, but like I said, we got videos and pictures. Well, we got pictures and videos being made showing Jerry Jones, which I think Dan Snyder is the one that leaked that picture of Jerry Jones being at a Jim Crow rally. So where was Malcolm X, Muhammad, you know what I'm saying, X, Errol Spence, when them pictures of Jerry Jones showed up, he didn't say nothing. But then these were the same ones saying that top rank is a slave ship and all that kind of stuff. Let's just face the fact. I'm really like finna have some fun because I'm going in on some of these dudes and I'm just having fun going in on them and making them look bad because they are bad. They ain't good people. Like I meant every word I said when I was saying I ain't from Texas, so I don't owe Errol Spence no obligation to be no fanboy. I'm from California, and I ain't from Omaha neither. Both of them is in the Midwest, in the Southwest. You know, Omaha's in the Midwest, and then um, Dallas is in the Southwest. So I have no obligations to neither. I'm from the West, y'all. And like I said, these dudes like stuck on stupid now. They in slow motion mode now. But then again, some of them act like they in slow motion, like they live in slow motion. Like I said before, you had these old cornball niggas trying to bully somebody. Like, bro, nobody can't bully me, especially nobody from the internet. Like, for real. You got to support Terrence Crawford. No, you got to support Errol Spence. You can't support Terrence Crawford. And now people trying to act like they were supporting both. Nah, keep your ass on the side that you was on. You was team Errol Spence. So stay team Errol Spence. Your boy got mollywopped. Your boy, man, let me tell you something. Errol Spence got his ass whooped so bad that he damn near looked unrecognizable. Now he's starting to the swelling is starting to go down. Do you know Errol Spence look like Jimmy Walker a little bit. I'm gonna do a resemblance picture. He looked like Martin Lawrence in a mixture of Jimmy Walker. That's how bad he got his ass whooped. Terrence Crawford damn near disfigured that boy. And now all of a sudden everybody trying to give Terrence Crawford. You wasn't giving Terrence Crawford his props before. Nah. Keep your ass on the side that you was on. You was on the other side of the street, so keep your ass on the other side of the street. Man, like I said before, I'm gonna keep taunting. I'm gonna keep taunting these Errol Spence fun boys. I'm gonna keep taunting because y'all finna feel it. I'm finna keep taunting y'all. Like I said, y'all ain't gonna do a damn thing. Ain't gonna do a damn thing. That boy Terrence Crawford had Errol Spence looking like JJ. Dynamite! And like my boy said, and like my boy Grant said, that's why Canelo was the contingency plan. He was the backup plan. That's what that might be. That might also be the that might also be something in play. The reason why they making Jamel, go up to 160, 68 and probably go get his ass shellacked by Canelo, like, is because if Terrence Crawford was to win, then it would be the talk of him having to fight, Jamel having to fight Terrence Crawford. He was sitting up there, oh man, he ain't even on, he need to worry about Errol Spence. He need to worry about Errol Spence. Well, he got Errol Spence out the way. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Errol Spence was getting punked by Terrence Crawford. He was getting punked in that ring. And to be honest with you, Terrence Crawford held back on him like he did Sean Porter. He lucky Harvey Doc saved his ass because he's about to get laid. He was about to get stretched. Errol Spence was about to leave that ring in a stretcher. And he could run it back all right. And the results gonna be the same. Errol Spence gonna get his ass beat again. Like I said before, when you get whooped like that, there ain't nothing you could do in no rematch. Like my homie Troy King said. Like I said, you could have that foolish pride all you want. You can have that foolish pride all you want. Because the results gonna be the same. So if Errol Spence should, like people said, man, Errol Spence should take a year off, man, after taking a drumming like that. I mean, he ain't stronger than Bud, which I already knew that. He don't got the skill set. He basically a up and down fighter. He mechanical as hell. And I'm just telling you, he gonna have a hard time with Boots too. If he fight Boots, he gonna have a hard time with Boots. Like I said, these goofy Errol Spence fun boys was bumping their gums. Like I said, demeaning Terrence Crawford, demeaning anybody that supported Terrence Crawford. Just say, hey man, I'm a Bud fan. Oh man, you a coon. You a coon. Oh, you a bed wench. How does that translate to you being a coon? Because oh man, you a coon. You a coon. But Errol Spence was sitting up there fighting in the stadium doing interviews with dude that was caught at a Jim Crow rally. So what does that make Errol Spence then? And what does that make Errol Spence supporters? And once again, when the Jerry Jones thing surfaced, they got quiet. These dudes talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. And I'm gonna say this: listen, man, just because you from Texas don't mean that people gonna be shook of y'all. Cause you can get whooped on just like anybody else. And I ain't saying I'm the baddest dude on the planet because I'm from Cali. I'm just saying y'all gonna have to get out of y'all gonna have to get out of that stuff. And that's just real talk. Nobody, it don't matter how much you can bench press. The question is, can you fight? It don't matter if you can bench press 400 pounds and you got big ass arm. But if somebody hits you flush in your chin, you could be knocked out. Doesn't matter what size you are. Doesn't matter if you 6'3" or 5'3". Come down to what type of skill set you got. Are you good with your hands? And like I said before, you just saw these dudes sitting up here literally getting mad at anybody that sells support towards Terrence Crawford. These dudes was sitting up talking about Bomax weight and all this kind of stuff. And I don't care about what Bomax said about Errol Spence years ago. At the end of the day, they were demeaning this people, making it look like they didn't measure up to the PBC. I'll fight for Showtime. I'll fight for whoever. I'll fight for Fox. You fight for whoever, make a deal. All this stuff about the other side of the street, he need to leave. You had these goofy dudes sitting up here degrading this dude, trying to tell this man how much he worth according to them when it compares to Errol Spence. And I already told people Errol Spence wasn't popular like that. I bet you down the popularity test, if they did a popularity test, I bet you Errol Spence ain't as popular as Bud, and I could tell you right now, going into negotiations for the second fight, if Errol Spence uh, takes on the second fight, I bet you Bud the A side. How much you want to bet Bud the A side? Well, Bud crossed the street, and Bud came to Errol Spence Avenue and he wrecked it with a bulldozer, and he shut down his fanboys and knocked them out the box. I don't want to hear none of that stuff, man. All these dudes did was whine for years and years and years. Oh, Terrence Crawford won't do an interview with me. He won't talk to me and stuff. And all they did is cry. And like I said before, and the main catalyst was that goofball Fred. Fred with his lying ass. Fred is a straight up mental midget. Fred sitting up making every excuse in the book. I told people years ago behind the scenes. I told Blue Blood back in 2000, go to Blue Blood's channel and get Blue Blood to admit. I told Blue back in 2019 when we did Spence versus Porter. I said right there, I said Bud can and will beat Errol Spence. I never went public. I told that this elite, program for fighters, but then in outside, and cross promotional fights, they got to lose a record and no talk about that. So explain that to me. Make that make sense. Somebody need to ask those PBC apologists that, because I would like a good answer. I sure would like for somebody to explain that to me if they so elite. All you heard from them is, you know, it's trash. Well, guess what? Nah, the reason why he ain't fought nobody because he make them look like nobody. So once again, I'm gonna come with another video talking about Bud's last fights since he came to welterweight. Nobody has went the distance when Terrence Crawford. Okay, nobody, nobody has went the distance with Terrence Crawford since he been at 147. Nobody, nobody. So there you have it. What does that speaks volumes. Nobody's went the distance when Terrence Crawford. I'm you just gotta tell the truth. You just gotta tell the truth. But he ain't fought nobody though. But he ain't fought nobody. So like I said before, so I guess Errol Spence is a nobody. I mean, y'all getting this heat. Nah, Mel showing love now because he worried about Bud getting him in the ring and Bud beating his ass. Keep in mind, rumor has it, keep in mind, rumor has it that Spence used to be getting the best of Charlo and sparring. So if you male, you thinking to yourself, well, damn, what happens if I fight Terrence Crawford? So what happens if I fight Terrence Crawford? All that big boy talk, like I said, I'm still waiting for him to. I'm still waiting for him to like talk all that gangster stuff towards Caleb Plant. Because like I said, he didn't have no problem threatening Deontay Wilder. He didn't have no problem threatening Jared Hurd. Another black man with a black fiance. That's all I'm saying. You didn't have no problem threatening them. You didn't have no problem threatening Deontay Wilder, but you ain't saying nothing about the white boy. You ain't saying where's all tough talk. Cause like I said before, I'm just keeping it above. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Mel. I'm surprised Mel still walking around here as reckless as he be talking. Man, listen. It's to the point I don't even pay attention to these dudes. They already got excuses. They talked about the Terrence Crawford, uh, loaded his gloves. They talked about Terrence Crawford was hitting Errol Spence with illegal blows. I'm just like, it's a never-ending story. That's why I keep telling y'all, why do you take these dudes seriously? Stop listening to these channels, man. Like I said before, anybody that's sitting up there saying that they helped make a fight, these niggas on here didn't make no fight. And reality just got to set in because I'm sick of hearing this stuff. Stop taking credit for something that you didn't do. Now listen, I understand some of these dudes, they listen to your content and they steal your content, and that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Because I know for a fact some of the higher ups like my channel and they be biting. That's fine with me. Keep biting. Keep biting. But all this stuff about, oh, we made the fight happen. You didn't make shit happen. Shut your ass up. No dude from the internet made no fight happen. Who did you sign? What did you write any checks? Did you get the insurance policies ready for the fighters and stuff? Did you know what I'm saying? Did you help with inspection? You didn't make shit happen. So just shut your ass up talking like that. You didn't make a damn thing happen. No goofy internet dude made this fight happen. You shouldn't take these dudes seriously. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. Talking about we made the fight. Who is we? I mean, for real. Who is we? So you said so you was in a meeting. So you was in a meeting with Spence's team. You was in a meeting with Crawford's team, and you was in a meeting with all other parties involved with the lawyers with Stephen Espiosa. So y'all was in a meeting. Okay. And then, like I said before, um, there you have it. That's why you shouldn't take these guys serious. Then you had people lying on Terrence Crawford, saying that the dude, yeah, oh Aubrey, you ain't got to worry about me. You know I'll be in the streets. I'd have been everywhere. So I done been to Philly. I done been to the ATL. I done been everywhere. I done been to New York. So then, like I said, leading up to the fight, then you had people lying, talked about Terrence Crawford didn't make weight. Oh, Terrence Crawford came in at 150 pounds. But then they got a picture of Terrence Crawford standing by a scale that say 150. And you had some of these dummies that actually believed it. You got to remember, I do this. Just like my boy Boxing Facts, go subscribe to his channel. We go to these gyms. We didn't see people get weighed for fights. They don't let you take no cameras in whatsoever. You can't film a damn thing. So when people sat up there and put that fake ass video up of Terrence Crawford standing on the scale and it said 150, that was just pathetic. And then I have people behind the scenes. So I have people tallying up information. So I know what's going on. Terrence Crawford came in at 146.8. Errol Spence came in at 147. So I was just like, man, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, these dudes is reaching on here. But that's what they do. That's what they do. because they want clicks and views and they'll do anything for a view. That's what I call a view hoe. No, I am locked in. I because I'm just sick of this foolishness, man. I'm just sick of hearing these dudes all of a sudden they trying to lightweight act like, oh, we just supported both fighters. Nah, they didn't support both fighters. So just take your ass back where you came from, which is the other side of the street. Nah, don't try to give Terrence Crawford his props because you wasn't giving him his props up until the fight. You called that man all type of names. And we could pull up. It's easy to pull out the receipts. I can dig up several videos. So all these other dudes, you can sit up there and go on your channel and make all these hissy fit videos and cuss everybody out and be mad because your boy got the brakes beat off of him. I mean, for real, it ain't my like for real. Errol Spence got mollywopped like Carcino predicted. He got mollywopped. He got iced. And he can do a rematch. It don't matter what weight class they fight at. Terrence Crawford gonna beat Errol Spence's ass again. I mean, hey, remember, Errol Spence said that Terrence Crawford was doing the stanky leg against Gamboa. Well, Errol Spence was doing the pop lock and drop it because he kept getting his ass dropped. Pop lock and drop it. Pop lock and drop it. So if Bud was doing the stanky leg, Errol Spence was doing the pop lock and drop it because he kept getting his ass dropped. Bud damn near knocked his ass out the ring. Shit. Almost, man, Bud almost did you know what I'm saying, a Hasim Rockman on him. Errol Spence ass almost fell out the ring that third time he got knocked down. Head was halfway out the ring. And don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna get to Derrick James. I'm definitely gonna get to Derrick James. Cause like I said, Derrick James is willing to let Errol Spence get his ass like Errol was about to get carried out on a stretcher. You know, why you think Kenny Porter and Kenny, my boy, why you think Kenny Porter threw in the towel? Because he saw what was finna happen to Sean. Kenny was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. At the end of the day, that's his son. But nah, Derrick James was willing to let Errol Spence get carried out on the stretcher. And don't come on here talking about I need to be humble. Nah, y'all wasn't being humble towards Bud. I saw people saying some malicious stuff about that dude. Yeah. Yeah, well, these dudes was too emotional, man. I was starting to think some of these Terrence Crawford haters and some of these Errol Spence butt boys. I truly think that some of these dudes like P sitting down. I really do. I think these dudes, some of these dudes was acting like they wear perfume instead of cologne and frequent visitors at Bath and Body. You know what they you know what I'm saying, with using too much cucumber melon, but it is what it is. Man, Aubrey, ain't nobody scared of these. Man, that's another thing, man. Ain't nobody scared of these roided up ass fake bodybuilder niggas. Nobody scared of these dudes. That's what I keep trying to tell these dudes. I mean, for real? Ain't nobody scared of these dudes. They act like they go to the only 24-hour fitness or LA Fitness or Bally's, or y'all do know it's more than one. Y'all do know it's more than one Planet Fitness, right? Or 24-hour fitness, right? Y'all do know they got those things. Y'all do know they got gyms everywhere, right? You do know they got barbells and dumbbells everywhere. You do know every gym got weights, right? Y'all do know that, right? Y'all do know they got gyms in other places other than Texas, right? So I'm just, I need to explain that to y'all. They have gyms out here. Trust me. They have gyms everywhere. Don't matter how much you bench press. Somebody like do some moves that like hit you in the right spot and you paralyzed. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? How that muscle mass gonna help you if somebody kick you in the right? There's like pressure points in your body. If somebody hit you in the right spot, they can paralyze you. There's there's parts of your body. If somebody hits you with a palm strike, they can make you have a temporary heart attack or make you have a real heart attack. Like I'm just letting you know. And if the nigga listening, bro, I'm gonna say it again, bro. I'm gonna say it again. You want anybody can talk shit on anybody can talk shit. I'm saying do something when you see somebody in real life. So, and I didn't did it that excuse about, I'm scared to show my face because that's their main go-to move. And I'm scared to show my face. So I didn't show my face. So I didn't show my face. I didn't show my face doing these interviews. I showed my face on Saturday. So I ain't even trying to hear because that's their other go-to move. That's their other go-to move. So don't try to get amnesia when you see me. I'm gonna say this again anyway. Most of them bodybuilding cats can't fight worth shit anyway. And then trying to throw a punch, they gonna gas themselves out because they got all that muscle mass. But I ain't gonna tell my secrets. Oh, I know how to take them dudes down. Oh, I know how to deal with them. So if you plotting on doing something, you just better hope nobody don't get it on film because that's gonna be the end of you. So I'm just saying. Like I said, for the last 5 years, people didn't had to endure this BS. So now they didn't ran out of excuses. Now they trying to figure a new angle. So now the new angle is, I know what we'll do. These dudes, some of these dudes are just pathetic. Like, man, y'all are fathers. Some of y'all are fathers. Some of y'all got wives. Like, for real. I hope none of y'all ain't no school teachers. So the new narrative is, okay, Bud dominated Spence so bad, we need to try to find a way to diminish his dominant performance. Oh, I know what. We'll say he had loaded gloves. Oh, we'll say he was illegally punching Errol Spence. It's just something. Man, it's just always something new. It's always a new gimmick. Oh, we'll just say that he cheated. We'll just say the only thing that was only thing that was loaded, or should I say unloaded, was that arsenal that Terrence Crawford released on Errol Spence's face. Because according to statistics, Terrence Crawford landed 50% of his punches on Errol Spence, which means Errol Spence was a damn punching bag. And then the thing is, Terrence Crawford didn't even really throw no combination punches. I think only 2 times in the fight he attempted to throw combination punches. He was just systematically breaking Errol Spence down. You know what I'm saying? How you beat a mechanical fighter? Well, you start taking them apart. And Terrence Crawford had his tool belt because he was unloosening the screws in Errol Spence, or should I say, he was knocking the screws out of Errol Spence. Once Errol, like I said, I saw all the signs in the world that Errol Spence what people was making him out to be. When that, I could tell he went in there with a. I could tell went in there mentally, like his mental state. I'm just gonna say it. I was looking at Errol Spence walking into the ring, looking how he was looking before they introduced Errol Spence. Looked like he was shook. He was looking like, what about, and that's why Errol Spence was putting out all these innuendos. I can show my kids that I can rebound. Errol Spence knew he was gonna get his ass beat. He knew it. He had no choice. He knew he was gonna get his ass shellacked. He knew he was gonna get shellacked. It's just like he. I mean, for real, man. I listen, listen. Yeah, some people that shook the spot, but well, they don't want to hear. Hey, you can't troll a channel when you have nothing to troll. So, like I said before, I already expected this. I expected these people to pull this. I expected some of these trolls and some of these fun boys to do this to Terrence Crawford. They needed a new narrative. Like I said, all these dudes that was sitting up here said, for none, you need to shut your ass up too with your fake ass, looking like a light skinned, bald headed Dr. Evil from what's his name? Austin Powers. I mean, come on, man. Fanon, all them dudes. Fanon, other goofy dudes, Fred, all them dudes were sitting up there hating on Terrence Crawford. They were some of the biggest apologists of Errol Spence. Now they looking stupid. Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. Listen, I like body work. Artwork is cool, but then there is a such thing as limitations. Because then when you start getting tattoos all over your body and stuff, it kind of look like you don't value your body. It's kind of like you don't value yourself. I mean, it's cool. Artwork is cool. I mean, I don't have no tattoos. That was never my thing. I mean, my son, he got tattoos. He got a tattoo with mom with his mother and me on there and stuff. Appreciate that, son. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that just ain't my thing. And I kind of trip off people like that that just like, you just put all that ink over your body and stuff. I mean, like, damn. And it still didn't help him. Still didn't help him in that fight because he got his ass shellacked. I'm just not a tattoo guy. I mean, it looked cool to a certain degree, but man, when you start looking like a walking billboard, then it get to the point like, good grief. I ain't putting no tattoos on my face. I ain't putting no tattoos under my eyelids. None of that stuff. I'm just not doing that because it kind of like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Where you have to put that much artwork, kind of shows that you don't, um, kind of shows you don't value yourself or your body. But I mean, like I said, one, two, three, that's cool. But when you start like plastering your whole left side of your, I mean, like, damn, bro, come on, man. So, but um, the excuses that I've just seen, I was expecting it. I said, I wonder what excuse they gonna come up with now. And then I look up, I'm getting all these text messages. Oh, now they saying that Terrence Crawford had loaded gloves. Now they saying, like, when does this end? When does this end? And that's what I'm saying. It just never ends. These dudes and these women shouldn't be taken serious. I can't take these people serious because it's just like It's an ongoing story. And what happens in the rematch when Terrence Crawford whoops Errol Spence's ass again? So what the excuse gonna be then? So Errol Spence, he want to come back. He want to come back too soon. He want to come back like in December. So he want to come back possibly 5 months again and fight at 154 or whatever. I heard they may do a catch weight. So like I said before, he took damage. He took damage. He showed that he like both his eyes was closed. Both his eyes was closed. Dude was bleeding out his ear. You know, bleeding out his nose. Both and like I said, both his eyes was closed. But you want a rematch. You either trying to cash out or you just got unbelievable foolish pride or a false sense of hope. Because listen, when you get whooped like that, it ain't no reason to see a rematch. It was a non-competitive fight. So what? Even in a rematch, if you do a little better, if it's a 12-round fight, or let's just say it go 10 rounds, and out of those 10 rounds you win two and still get knocked out, or it's a 12-round fight, you win 2 rounds and you get the other like 8 beat out of you. I mean, excuse me, you get the other 10 beat out of you. What? He's gonna get knocked. Errol Spence is gonna get knocked out again. It's gonna get knocked out again. And this time it's gonna be, hey, this time it's gonna be quicker. Terrence Crawford has already figured Errol Spence out. You didn't hear what Terrence Crawford said? Terrence Crawford don't even look like he been in the fight. All this stuff about, oh, Terrence Crawford, he don't have no chin. Oh man, Terrence Crawford ain't gonna be able to handle that work rate. Well, what did I say? You know how you slow down a work rate? Is when you work with him and when you punch with him. And when you beat somebody to the punch, I said that there was going to be time Terrence Crawford was going to have to get off first. Oh, Terrence Crawford slowed down that work rate real quick. And then you saw to the point to where Errol Spence was out of range. He was missing badly. And there were parts of the fight where he was loading up. Like I said, Terrence Crawford never let Errol Spence get established. Listen, you know how bad it was, ladies and gentlemen? Errol Spence didn't even land 100 punches. Terrence Crawford landed 180 something punches. Errol Spence threw more punches, but Terrence Crawford landed more punches, and Terrence Crawford was more precise. And according to stats, like I said, if you go by punches thrown, punches landed, Errol Spence was one of Terrence Crawford's easiest fights. And that's why a lot of those dudes is on suicide watch. But like I said before, listen to Town Biz. I just want to tell some of y'all cats in Dallas, like, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Just relax. Put down the guns. Don't do it. Just, kick back, go have a drink, have a little drink of some tequila, a little tequila or something, or some Hennessy and Coke, and just relax, and put down don't drink the poisonous Kool-Aid. Because, I've been hearing about people threatening to jump off bridges and, mass suicide. And please don't do nothing stupid. Don't go into no churches doing something. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't light up no churches and movie theaters and no stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, these innocent people didn't have nothing to do with the ass whooping that Errol Spence suffered via Terrence Crawford. So just relax, for real. Pour the Kool-Aid, pour the Kool-Aid with the rat poison in it down the drain. Just don't do it, man. Because y'all, people need y'all. I'm just, I know. That speaks volumes, Mark, when they said the Mean Machine and Porter were better opponents than Spence. One dude said seeing Spence lose was like, see, that's what I'm saying. So you could, well, like I said, they put too much pride into it. I mean, that's listen, man, listen. I'm from the Bay Area and everything, and I got mad love for Andre Ward. But if Andre Ward would have had a had a lapse, if he would have lost to Sergey Kovalov, or he would have lost to anybody, I just would have been like Andre Ward to be back, and he just go have to regroup, or that's it. But talking about losing, watching Aerospace lose, it's like losing your brother, dude. Are you serious? I'll be like these dudes need to go, man, man. Y'all, man, I gotta keep it 100. Some of these Aerospace fun boys, they need to go lay on that couch. They need to go see a therapist because they are clearly not from this planet. Not, it's like nope. Not a planet Earth. Losing your mama, man. If y'all don't get out of here with that, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But I'm having fun because I'm gonna keep. What's up, Percy? So, I'm, yeah. These Spence fanboys, they gonna have to relax. But I think they incapable of relaxing because I really think that they mentally not there. I expected, like I said before, I saw Right Said Fred, making excuses. Well, I blame Al Heyman. Like my boy Justin called Fred the white black man. Well, I blame Al. Now, listen, dude, listen. Aerosmith have nobody to blame for what happened to him on himself. That's just real talk. You know, he has nobody to blame but himself. Like I said before, he had to take this fight because there were some real dudes. There were some real dudes, not trill dudes from the Dallas area telling Errol Spence that, bro, you gotta fight. You gotta fight this dude. You gotta fight this dude. And all this stuff about him telling Bud, thank him for making it, but Bud ain't got to thank you, fool. He, you need him as much as he needs you. And I'm glad that Bud didn't sit up here and listen to a bunch of cornballs on the internet talking about he should take less money. Bud got like a 8-figure payday. I don't know exactly how much he got, but he got like an 8-figure payday because he knew his worth. He knew his worth. And he didn't sit up here listening to people on the internet. Now I did think it was funny though what he said towards Ellie. I know Ellie. I know Ellie and I know Ellie setback. I know Ellie setback, but I tried behind the scenes, and I'm gonna say this about Elliot. This is just real talk. Ellie fell for the same trap that a lot of these other dudes fell for. I was trying to say some stuff and trying to talk to Ellie, and Ellie made it too personal. And it came across as he was, too emotionally invested in Aerosmith. Like I said before, like, I don't know what people saw in Aerosmith that made them believe that. Okay, I'll tell you what it is, y'all. Anybody that's a content creator, y'all can, you know what I'm saying, you can use this as a snippet. Y'all can use this as, what I'm saying, a soundbite. Let me tell you what Aerosmith's persona was built off of. Everybody got so attached to this so-called sparring session that's supposed to happen between him and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Everybody was everybody was hearing that he just beat Floyd Mayweather to the point of where Floyd Mayweather basically was looking like Joe Frazier in the first fight with you know, with Foreman, where he was bouncing up and down and all that kind of stuff. They made it look like that's what happened. And then all of a sudden he started to develop this cult following. And then you had a lot of the dudes from Dallas building him up, egging him on, and all that kind of stuff. But I really think his whole persona, the whole mystique, the so-called mystique of Aerosmith was built off a so-called sparring session that nobody saw with Floyd Mayweather. And then all of a sudden, everybody started jumping on the Errol Spence bandwagon because it was like, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, the legend of Billie Jean or some stuff like that. And then it just became urban legend. You know, man, you guys hear what happened between Errol Spence and Floyd Mayweather? Oh yeah, Dan. You know how people will take something and enhance it. Yeah, man. I heard Errol Spence. He knocked Floyd out, and Floyd was taking all kind of knees and all that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, he started to develop this fan base. And like I said before, some of these dudes was acting like weirdos. Like Errol Spence. That's how the Errol Spence cult started. So do I believe he's sort of like a hype job or a manufactured persona or boxer? Well, Errol Spence, he's a good fighter, but do I think he was what they made him out to be? Nah, absolutely not. Because it got shown this past Saturday. Is levels to this. Where Bud fought like A plus, elite fighter. Well, Errol Spence fought like a B fighter. And it wasn't even close. But his supporters, his cult, I really do think that Errol Spence have people that had like this big ass poster and light candles around the poster and get on their knees and be chanting, for real. Cause that's how some of his fans are. Or it's like what I said a long time ago, like some of y'all might remember this, but Jamie Foxx had an HBO special where he came to Oakland. It's you can find it on YouTube. But he came to Oakland, the Paramount Theater in downtown Oakland many years ago. I think it was like in the late '90s. This is when the Jamie Foxx show was still going on. It was a good show too. And he was talking about meeting Prince for the first time, and he was talking about Prince can, you look at him and Prince can make you have a moist moment or a, you know what I'm saying, or a Little Richard moment. And he made this joke about looking into his eyes and making you, go zesty for a minute, or AKA little yachty. God damn, that dude is zesty. Ugh. Look like he transitioning too. Ugh, but wearing headscarves and nail polish and all that. No, but Jamie Foxx did a segment, and it was funny as hell too. And then he said he met somebody else, and it was like you looked into Prince's eyes, huh? Because Prince was short. Prince was like 5. I mean, I don't know. Prince was short. He might have been the same size as Mo 3, or because Prince was short. Prince was like 5'4". But that's why he used to have to wear heels and stuff. He used to wear those boot heels. So Jamie Foxx was just talking about people looking into his eyes, and that's what I think happened with Errol Spence fans. Y'all looked into his eyes, huh? Well, I didn't look into his eyes. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, like they looked into his eyes or something, and then they was mesmerized. I don't know if you remember, because when I did Spence versus Porter, he had on some red bottoms, and I asked him what type of kicks he had on. And Errol Spence, listen, I think he a okay guy. I don't think he a bad person because I interviewed Errol Spence before. I've interviewed him before. He's way back there. So I mean, he's somewhere on here. I got Tank. Tank is on here, so like, I interviewed these dudes before they blew up. I was one of the first people that interviewed Caleb Plant. I don't know, Tania. They might have looked into his. I don't know. He might have got him or something. I don't know, man. Cause he got like a cult like following, man, for real. So no, I'm just saying. Yeah. So I didn't look in the Errol Spence eyes. You know, I didn't look in the Errol Spence eyes because I had on glasses, so it kind of it blocks the it blocks the beam out, so I don't feel the blunt of the brunt of you know the beam that mystifies me. So I was good. It didn't work. So it didn't work. I was still town biz on the job. So I was well. Fine, you didn't have to. That's how I would have preferred it. At the end of the day, this was supposed to be our fight. This was supposed to be our fight. This was supposed to be a fight for the community. This was supposed to be a fight for the culture. Where we should have been celebrating this like we were celebrating Sugar Ray Leonard versus Thomas Hearns in the first fight, you know, because those were some of the marquee fights that started to like really bring big dollars to like the smaller weight classes. So Sugar Ray Leonard, Hearns, Hagler, Durant, they played a pivotal role in bringing, the multi-million dollar, prize fights. They fixed it to where these dudes could start earning like big dollars. Cause pretty much back then the heavyweights was making all the money. Yeah, and rightfully so. And then, like I said, Sugar Ray Leonard came along and he started to transition, basically people only paying attention to the heavyweight division to like paying attention to all of the divisions. So Sugar Ray Leonard, he played a pivotal role in this stuff happening. So, there you have it. So, you know, that's why now you see these guys, for the most part, making the type of money that they make. Well, I don't know. I heard what Wilder said. I wouldn't exactly say he was hating, but he doing what a PBC guy would do. Listen, all those dudes, I keep telling you, they're contractually obligated where they ain't really supposed to speak bad on another PBC fighter, and they definitely can't speak on Al Heyman. So, they all in that stable. So, listen, I need for y'all to hear this, and y'all need to come to an understanding. The betting line didn't change going into fight day, okay? Betting line didn't change. Where Pacquiao versus Floyd, at first they had Floyd like sort of a overwhelming favorite, but then as the fight came, it got a little closer, and then they had even on some, they had some people saying that they thought, or should I say, as far as the odds go, they had some betting odds where they actually was going with Manny Pacquiao, but then as the fight got neared, as we got near the fight, but then for the most part, they were going with Floyd. But the odds makers didn't budge. They had Crawford as a favorite. The needle didn't move once. It's a reason why they had Terrence Crawford as a favorite. And then Errol Spence, he didn't help his case by sitting up there getting mad at anybody that was picking Terrence Crawford to win and betting against him and him being the underdog. It was a under it was an underdog theme for Errol Spence for a reason. You know, those odds makers in Vegas, they really analyze stuff. They really, you know, that's what they get paid to do before they have, you know, before they let you place bets. Because keep in mind, the house want to win. The house, their job is to try to collect as much money as possible. And they analyzed, and they saw that Terrence Crawford should be the favorite. As far as people being appalled that Terrence Crawford was the favorite, well, you know who that was. But anyway, appreciate you guys being here. I'm